October 1994, a legend was born. One of the greatest video game characters of all time, and you probably forgot about him. And this is the history of a forgotten franchise. And today, we're talking about a worm named Jim. Earthworm Jim originally launched October of 1994 for the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis, and was a platforming game featuring an earthworm named Jim who wears a robotic suit and battles the forces of evil. If you played this game, then you loved this game, because the series is known for its stellar platforming and shooting, surreal sense of humor, and super edgy art style. And the series gets its roots all the way back in 1993 when a man named David Perry formed a video game studio called Shiny. And Dave was a fan of an artist named Doug Tennapel. And Doug just so happened to create a character named Earthworm Jim. The two, along with a handful of other developers, joined forces and fleshed out the Earthworm Jim universe, making the Earthworm Jim video game. Everything from Jim's personality to his sidekick, Peter Puppy, to his love interest, Princess What's-Her-Name, or the evil Queen Slug for a Butt. Even the villains in this game are incredibly fleshed out. Professor Monkey for a Head, Evil the Cat, Bob the Goldfish. Some of the best video game villains of all time exist in this one game. And by the mid-90s, it had spiraled into a multimedia empire. Stuff like the fantastic Earthworm Jim animated series, where Jim was actually voiced by Dan Castellaneta. That's the voice of Homer Simpson. A line of awesome action figures by Playmates, and even a 3-issue comic book arc by Marvel Comics. And the following year, Earthworm Jim would get a sequel, Earthworm Jim 2, which is just as good, in some cases even better, than the first game. What the hell happened to Jim? Well, the same thing that happens to a lot of fantastic forgotten franchises. The original developer of the game, Shiny Entertainment, was purchased by Interplay Studios, and the team that developed these games, they were put to work on other franchises. And while most people don't know this, there was an Earthworm Jim 3 for the Nintendo 64, but unfortunately by the time this game went into development, the original series designer, David Perry, had sold the rights off, and he and the creator of Earthworm Jim had nothing to do with this. And as much as I wanted to love a third 3D Earthworm Jim game, this game really just didn't deliver. And even though the original game has seen a couple of re-releases, this series has never been properly revisited. At least I still have my animated series on VHS. And every once in a while, we get a little whiff of a rumor that there will be a new entry in the franchise. But until that happens, Jim will just have to live on in the comic books and this tattoo on my back. I'm not joking when I said I was a massive fan.